Okay, this is for your boy Romeo, and your boy Romeo is looking to, right, your question is, how do I position myself to score more often? So, on corner kicks in particular, the place that I felt it was the most effective place that anyone could stand on a corner kick is directly in front of the goalkeeper. And what this does, it occupies the goalkeeper's it occupies the goalkeeper's space, right? If you're standing right in front of them, now he has to deal with you. The second thing that this can do is, if they pull a defender to just try and mark you, now you have two people interfering with the movement of the goalkeeper. So sometimes what would happen is, I would man mark the goalkeeper on a corner kick. This means he could move around. And often someone else, they would take another goalkeeper, and then the corner kick happens, and then someone else would score because I've taken up two players' space, the goalkeeper and another player. So I'm not necessarily looking to score, even though I've scored off corners doing this tactic often. What happens is that it's in my mind, the number one place you can stand, because you render the goalkeeper useless, their vision is blocked. So on corner kicks, this is a super simple, yet super powerful technique that you can implement immediately that requires no training. Just stand in front of the goalkeeper and keep your head on a swivel. Look for an easy tap in with the header or whatever. The second thing you want to start to do to position yourself to score more goals. Someone asks you what position you play on. I forget what you said, but it's less about, right, like what matters, the person who scores or the person who gave them assist, right? You're not sure until it actually happens, right? Like until the goal happens, right? Because you can make a pass and that person can make a pass, right? And then the person, like you could be 3 passes down the line, you make a pass, someone else pass it, and they pass again. It's like there could be a lot of passes before the goal happens. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that I wouldn't worry about scoring more goals or positioning to score more goals. I want you to take it deeper by doing things that are going to improve yourself in the big picture, right? Your first touch, your on-field awareness, which are very, very closely tied together, because your ability to receive a ball, already know where everyone is on the field. Like a lot of players have been talking about this recently. Messi's ability that he's constantly scanning the field, so he's building a mental map in his mind, so that, and it's getting updated constantly. Even if it doesn't look like you're scanning, you have to start to become aware of how the whole field is and your relation to the whole field, so that no matter, and you're updating it constantly, right? Because players are moving, and this is what I think video games actually are very helpful with, understanding space and time and movement, right? Because if you're always scanning the field, then you're raising your awareness. And with this awareness raised, let's say you receive a ball, you already have some idea where every player on your team and up on the opposing team is. So now you're making better decisions because you've been looking the whole time. So you don't have to trap the ball, and while you're trapping, see the field, see the players, and execute a decision. It kind of is seamless in the sense that you already have a good idea what the field looks like as you're receiving the ball, and as you're receiving the ball, your touch is so sharp that you don't need surplus time to scan the field and make a good decision. It's just happening so naturally because you've invested the time just by being able to keep a ball up, right? So that's why I think the number one thing that you can do to make yourself a better goal scorer, not just put yourself in the right position, is improve your awareness by juggling the ball, right? So if you bring a tennis ball everywhere you go and spend 1 minute a day juggling, you're going to significantly improve your ability to score goals, no matter what position you are in, right? Because if a coach wants to put you at left wing, or coach wants to put you at center midfield, or coach wants to put you at, right striker, you have to be able to, no matter what position you're in, it's about recognizing, it's being aware in the position of the field. You got to understand where your shape is supposed to be when you're attacking and you're defending. If you can get those two things down, what's my shape look like as a team when we're defending? What's my shape look like as a team if we're attacking? And then it's, once you understand those two things, then you can then you have a nice range of areas that you can kind of hang out in, because you understand the big picture. And now you could it's more fluid, since, it doesn't have to be rigid. It's not like, oh, yes, this is my position here, we're attacking, this is my position here defending, right? There's a range of areas that you can kind of hang out in, and you could start to cover players who you start recognizing, oh, this person on my team hasn't tracked back because they're winded. So now you can start to cover for other players, because you're recognizing that they're not where they're supposed to be. But if there are other teams attacking you, and it looks like you're about to be broken, you want to help cover back so that you don't get scored on. And counter, on the other side, it's, oh, my attacker isn't is struggling. It's like, where can you start to be where since you have the ability to recognize where there's space and time, so that you could start to get in those areas and then be very successful, because you are connecting the dots with your team and the ball. So, let's recap. The number one way you can improve, not just positionally, but as a player, is juggling, right? Because juggling is improving passing, it's improving ball striking, it's improving your first touch, right? There's a lot of things that improve as your juggling improves. So if I was you, I'd find a 3-pack of tennis balls and bring them everywhere I go. They're portable. You bring it to school, grocery store, whatever. Just get your juggle on at all times, as much as you can every day. The second thing that you could do, I'll say it again, skills kick trainer, right? Another tool to improve your rhythm, timing, balance, weight transfer, coordination, right? It's just a nice rhythmic tool where there's a rhythm to life, and there's a rhythm to the game. So as you improve your touches, it's just about being relaxed, being able to receive and maybe release a ball one touch, trap a ball one touch, right? Nice and easy. So, right, you want to be relaxed when you're training, so that transfers to the field. So those are two things, probably the most powerful things. They're powerful because they're simple, and you could do them every day and always be improving. So give those things a try, your boy Romeo, and I hope this helps. Reach out with any questions. All right, thank you.